make it hard. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
You ain't never seen a pause. Whoa. You ain't never seen a Hufflepuff do like me. You ain't never seen a Hufflepuff do.
If there's anything
like
you
me.
don't need to do, it's make it hard. Okay, relax.
I'm done with y'all. Done with y'all.
Always twisting my words. Man said a hard Hufflepuff. You know what a hard Hufflepuff is? That's a stale muffin.
So it's hard. Can you chew it? Nah, you can't chew it. You can't swallow it. That's how hard we are over here.
Whoa, you can't. No. Flag on the play. Man, flagrant. Oh my God, I got a headache. Oh, the pressure. Oh my gosh. This
what?
This is how I'm bringing in the age of 32. Good Lord.
Nick, time out. Flag on the play. Hold up. Whoa.
Flag on the play, yeah.
Whoa.
Leaks came out and people were like reacting to the screenshots.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Like,
yeah,
if you
we can't
so
circle
many
back
people,
around to Sonic, guys. We just got off that topic.
They wouldn't do all this
we're
work.
circling back, boys. We're circling back.
All
when
right, let's do
when
it.
they would put up the screenshots of him, like back in, I swear it's back in like January, they could have like noticed, hey guys, everyone hates this. He looks like Usain Bolt did the fusion dance with Sonic.
Wow.
Fusion, ha!
Stop. Did you just say Usain Bolt fused with Sonic?
Fusion.
Are you high?
No.
He was drinking something earlier.
Here's my question
He
for
refused to answer.
Jake,
Yeah.
Sonic's legs muscular enough for you?
No.
I felt that was going to be your answer.
His thighs are not nearly large enough. How is he supposed to run fast when his thighs are the same size as his calves? Doesn't make any sense, boys.
Anyway, moving on. We're gonna move on to.
I'm glad it's a hoodie and not a real like
This guy.
unless it's a onesie pajama and you want to like
You said
It's a onesie. It's a
oh, let's go. It's a onesie.
foot bottoms.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Oh my gosh, dude.
This guy went all out.
Perfect.
Man, I gotta do something big next week.
What is good?
No. Leave it on. Leave it on.
What is good? This
Ooh,
is
super chat from Ed Norton.
Stix.
Yo, quick.
Back. Hold on.
Go
Back
ahead.
for Abaddon's podcast. Leader of the Squirtle Squad.
Leader.
Member of the Chillcast. Holla at me. Squirtle Squad!
Before
Love making it epic.
before we we get into anything, I have to bring back another hashtag. I want you guys to bring back another hashtag. We have to say it once. And this is a famous hashtag that was we did for a few episodes ago, and that is hashtag Chipz was wrong.
I knew it.
Always.
I knew it.
Always.
Let's
Hashtag
go.
look
You
at
can't
it
let
die.
me live.
Let's go.
What
You
up?
can't let me
There we
live.
go.
What's
Go
good?
change
Go
the
change.
house.
What's happening, man?
What's
Y'all hear me?
happening?
Is it?
Yes,
Is
sir.
everything? Is it clean? Is
It's
am I,
you
Yeah,
good?
sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Alright.
great.
Hashtag.
guys, man.
Let's get a hashtag Chipz was wrong in the chat, guys.
Chipz was wrong
I knew
as
this.
usual.
Oh, you too? You too? You too, bro?
Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. You the homie, but you know sometimes, man. You. What would Dennis Rodman say? That's you, man. Click here. You over there, man. Like you the man, though. You still a man, though.
I appreciate you.
Sweet.
I appreciate you.
Make it hard. You know what I'm saying? Man, you ain't never seen a pause.
Whoa.
You ain't never seen a Hufflepuff do like me.
Whoa.
You ain't never seen a
Don't.
Hufflepuff do.
If there's anything
like
you
me.
don't need to do, it's make it hard. Okay, relax.
I'm done with y'all. Done with y'all.
Man
Always
said
twisting my
hard,
words.
my man said a hard Hufflepuff. You know what a hard Hufflepuff is? That's a stale muffin.
So it's hard. Can you chew it? Nah, you can't chew it. You can't swallow it. That's how hard we are over here.
Whoa, you can't. Yo. Yo. Where's flag on the play. Man, flagrant. Oh my god, I got a headache. Oh, the pressure. Oh my gosh.
Nick,
This
what?
this is how I'm bringing in the age of 32. Good lord.
Nick, time out. Oh, flag on the play. Hold up. Whoa.
Flag on the play, yeah.
Whoa.
Leaks came out and people were like reacting to the screenshots.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Like, if
Yeah,
you
We
see
can't
so
circle
many
back
people,
around to Sonic, guys. We just got off that topic.
They wouldn't do all this
we're
work.
circling back, boys. We're circling back.
All right,
When
let's do
when
it.
they would put up the screenshots of him, like back in, I swear it was back in like January, they could have like noticed, hey guys, everyone hates this. He looks like Usain Bolt did the fusion dance with Sonic.
Wow.
Fusion, ha!
Stop. Did you just say Usain Bolt fused with Sonic?
Fusion.
Are you high?
No.
He was drinking something earlier.
Here's my
He
question for
refused to answer.
Jake,
Yeah.
Sonic's leg is muscular enough for you.
No.
I felt that was going to be your answer.
His thighs are not nearly large enough. How is he supposed to run fast when his thighs are the same size as his calves? Doesn't make any sense, boys.
Anyway, moving on. We're gonna move on to.
I'm glad it's a hoodie and not a real like.
This guy.
Unless it's a onesie pajama, and you want to like.
You said
It's a onesie. It's a
oh, let's go. It's a onesie.
foot bottoms.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Oh my gosh, dude.
This guy went all out.
Perfect.
Man, I gotta do something big next week.
What is good?
No. Leave it on. Leave it on.
What is good? This
Ooh,
is
super chat from Ed Norton.
Stix.
Yo, quick.
Back. Hold on.
Go
Back
ahead.
for Avedon's podcast. Leader of the Squirtle Squad.
Leader.
Member of the Chillcast. Holla at me. Squirtle Squad!
Before
He loves making it epic.
we we get into anything, I have to bring back another hashtag. I want you guys to bring back another hashtag. We have to say it once. And this is a famous hashtag that was we did for a few episodes ago, and that is hashtag Chipz was wrong.
I knew it!
Always.
I knew it!
Always.
Let's
Hashtag
go.
look
You
at
can't
it
let
die.
me live!
Let's go.
What
You
up?
can't let me
There
live!
we go.
What's good? Go change.
What's happening, man?
What's
Y'all hear me?
happening?
Is it
Yes,
is
sir.
everything? Is it clean?
It's
am
you
Yeah,
good.
it sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
alright.
great.
Hashtag,
guys, man.
let's get a hashtag Chipz was wrong in the chat, guys.
Chipz was wrong
I knew
as
this.
usual.
Oh, you too? You too? You too, bro?
Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. You the homie, but you know sometimes, man. You what would Dennis Rodman say? That's you, man. Click here. You over there, man. Like you the man, though. You still a man, though.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
What's happening, y'all? This is Everdon, and welcome to the Chillcast, joined by your player 2 in NX Revolution, and we have a special guest in the house. Welcome back, Mikhail Casanova. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. It's good to be here. How y'all living? How's everyone doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm blessed. I am doing really good these days. Yeah, man. But how you been? Like, what's been going on with you? What's been going on with Mikhail Casanova?
Man, it's been, it's a lot. So, as y'all know, Avengers just came out today. I've been doing sponsored streams with Square Enix all week. Got to work with them. That's been fun. And I got to interview Breeze Falconer recently, even though it's kind of strange, man. I'm not understanding all the hate for him. Like, I've been looking into that situation, but it's a little weird. But it's cool. Like, I mean, that dude's a legend. We grew up listening to his OST. And other than that, man, it's just grinding, reviewing, working on doing a shift in my content. So, you know, beyond just doing gaming. And actually, I gotta say, you know, that you and I have been talking about that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm at the point where I'm executing that right now.
Yeah, so Josh, you may not be able to play your game on your screen. Captain asks for no spoilers.
Yeah. I was starting to get to a harm room, so I wasn't playing anything story related, but I got stuck in it, so I was like, I'll just turn it off. Because I wouldn't want to be spoiled either. Like that would be horrible. So no worries.
Yeah, I may not be getting the game anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's deeper than you think. I'll get into it. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm doing good, man. I've been playing the Avengers predominantly, which I don't want to let Ghost of Tsushima fall to the backlog too far because I still haven't beaten that yet. But man, I'm a Marvel fan. I have been since I was about 8 years old, and I was collecting the comics with my dad when I was a kid, and it was like our thing. And I'm playing it with him because I got it for him for his birthday too, because his birthday was this past weekend. So we played a lot of Destiny when that game first came out, and then we played Destiny 2 to a lesser extent, but this is a game that he's really getting into. And it's pretty cool for me, having grown up, reading the comics with that, because we collected Iron Man and Spider-Man when I was a kid. And it was so funny. I'll never forget in the 90s being like, oh, how cool it'd be if they made an Iron Man movie. Tom Cruise should be Tony Stark. And in retrospect, that's a horrible idea. No one but RDJ could do it. So it's kind of neat now, because both my parents are huge MCU fans, to be able to play this with him and have another game he's super excited about. So yeah, I've been having fun with it, man. It's been good.
Nice. And NX Revolution, what's going on with you, man? How you been?
I've been doing all right. Kind of same old. Playing games here and there. School started back up though, so I've been trying to focus on that.
You're almost done, right?
Next year. Yeah.
Sheesh.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are
almost there. Until I start thinking about double majoring and stuff. But
what's going on, Dark Void?
Yeah.
How you doing?
No, not really not too much. Just kind of been chilling. Glad to be back on, as always.
I feel you. I definitely feel you. But in reference to myself, I think this is the first week that I have not had a chance to play any games. I'm trying to think. Did I play? No. I didn't. This is the first week I didn't get a chance to play.
It's Friday. No games?
Well, I work from. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I had to go. I can't say for what. I won't give that too much away, but
yeah,
I had to leave my house to actually go to my physical job this morning. Then I had to come back home, and then after I came back home, I had to start work. I work from 12 literally to 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
8 p.m. to before 9-ish, putting the kids to bed.
Mm-hmm.
That time until now, thumbnail, description, tags, and then you guys saw me 9:50-ish, and then so
yeah,
Friday's gonna go. Now, would I have some time this weekend? Oh, certainly, I'll find some time to play a game. But the question is, what? Because it's hard for me to find time to. As you all know, on the Avedon Smith channel, I have transitioned to doing music content, and I will be doing gaming music too, gaming remixes. But I just been having so much fun making music. When I get off work, it's literally open up the music program and trying those 10-minute beat challenges. This may sound crazy, or this may sound surprising, and that's warm up to what I really want to do with the program sometimes. Sometimes that's all I can do some days. I can only have time to warm up, but I take it like an exercise. It's you get a few minutes exercise in. Sometimes that's all I have. Some other days, I use that to lift off to go into some other things I've been working on and practicing and polishing up music in other areas and finishing other tracks. So for me, it's hard for me because by the time I have time for video games, as you guys have seen, I've been trying to step up the quality content for these videos, and that's why it's a lot harder for me. But that doesn't mean I haven't been listening to what's been going on too much. The Avengers, I've been hearing a little bit about that from last week until now, and I'm hearing that the reviews aren't really what they say they are, which is why I'm glad I have you here, Mikkel, Josh here. And NX, I know from a technical, we have any input technical, NX is more for the next topic, which I can't wait for NX's topics to go. But and Chipz-N-Stix supposed to be here, but he said he's going to be late. And Chipz-N-Stix, the video is actually out, so I'm actually going to put his video, his new review, in the actual description, so everyone can check that out. But that's pretty much, where I've been at. So that's been my week in a nutshell. So that's why, yeah, surprisingly, like literally, no video games.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope you get some time during this holiday weekend to chill out a little bit.
I keep forgetting it's a holiday weekend. They're offering double time at my job.
Don't burn out. Don't burn out, man.
You know I don't understand what that means.
Bruh.
You know I don't understand what that means. Like, so for real, I'll be honest with you guys, for you all, and I don't know how we're getting here, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When you're doing stuff that you love, like you actually love, and you're doing it in a good moderation, and you're not doing it for any like selfish purposes other than like, yeah, this is what I love to do, and you are progressing in it, there is no burning out. Because look at it like this. Do you ever burn out for doing your job every single day? Do you ever burn out from when you're really interested in a video game and it's like you just want to play that video game? Did Studio Nintendo burn out when he beat Final Fantasy VII Remake in 3 days? Like,
I forget
that happened.
So it's like, I like to reanalyze what burnout is, and more so, and I don't mean to go into psychology with you guys, but more so like, what's the study of what actually causes burnout? Like, that's what interesting. What's the underlying things? Are we assuming doing too much of something is causing burnout, or is it that there's other underlying factors that we're not really observing? So
you got a point.
I think if you're like results driven purely and you don't love what you're doing, like the actual act of doing it, I think that would contribute to it in a pretty big way.
Exactly. And that's where Chipz-N-Stix review is in the description. So for those of you who are watching the replay, it should be already there. Go down in the description. Chipz' review for the Avengers is there. So make sure you guys check that out after you watch this podcast. So that's the only reason why. Like, I don't feel burnt out. In fact, when I get off work and I turn on, matter of fact, how many people hit up the gym? Like, there's some people who hit up the gym every single day. Some days it's upper body, some days it's leg day, and they probably have like one rest day, right? Do they burn out? It's like they warm up, they get their warm ups in, and it's like you see some of these people are some of the healthiest people. So it's like, I think moderation and burnout, and I think all these things, they really need to be observed in a finer glass, because I find that I'm learning more and more. Balance as we know it is a lie, and counterbalancing is really how we grow to do, greater things in life. Learning how to take some off our plate and balancing more on one end, and then when we find that this scale is going too much, kind of like a seesaw in a way. It's not, you kind of like you're balancing like this most of the time. Never in life are things like this. Never.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a lie. You're never going to have an equal amount of time to spend, for family and for this. It's either family's going to take priority, and then you counterbalance your family time and you move that time with this. It's like, it's not going to be even each and every day. But I don't know how we got there. I just, you guys, as you guys can see, I like do a lot of reading and different things. So that's where I'm at with that. We're going to go ahead and jump into some talk about some video games. And I would like to put this over towards our special guest, actually. Then Josh, I definitely want to hear what you have to say. But you have, you've reviewed this game. You have played Marvel's Avengers, and you have some thoughts on it, and I would like to hear what your thoughts about it, like your first week impressions of this game.
Okay. So I've been playing the Steam version, which was the original version that they sent me about a week ago. So I was playing that for a week, and I recently just got the PS4 code they sent to me today, just because I was like, they're like, oh, we have extra codes. Here you go. So I've really enjoyed it, and I feel like there's this huge disconnect because I've seen the reviews from prominent YouTubers that are bashing it, and it's strange because this is the first time in a while I would say that I am seeing gaming journalists and people who are actually playing the game actually on the same page saying like, this game is fun. Whereas you got a lot of YouTubers saying like, oh, it's the worst game of 2020. It's terrible. The microtransactions, which is interesting too. Talking about the microtransactions, they're completely optional. Like it's either you play the game, you grind, you get, the credits to get stuff in the game, giving like actual longevity and reason to go back and play it again and do dailies and stuff like that. Kind of like an MMO. Or you don't want to do that. You can drop anywhere from $5 to $100 or more, however much you want to buy, for credits, just so you can skip over that. But the narrative that's being pushed is, it's mandatory. It's forced on you. No, it's not. It's really not. And for me, I've enjoyed it graphically. I think the game looks really good. When I was playing it before the day one patch, it was... I only ran into a couple of hiccups here and there, but otherwise, solid all the way around. It's not gonna touch, like, if you're expecting it to be as good as the last Marvel game, like Spider-Man, like, it's not of that quality. But it's a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 for me.
That's really decent. That's what I kind of expected it to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I expected it to be. Josh, what are your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, obviously, I'm coming from a position of some bias as a Marvel fan, but I will say that I've tried to be as objective as possible whenever I think about my experience with the game so far. From the beta to now, I think they made some tweaks, nothing huge that I've really noticed. I mean, it seems to perform fairly well on the PS4 Pro. But as far as the gameplay experience itself, I would say if you're a Marvel fan, you're probably going to find something to enjoy here. Now, if you're a hardcore person who likes to dissect, gameplay mechanics, you may take some issue with some parts of the game because it's not perfect. The camera struggles in some places. The menu system can be cumbersome because it's one of those ones where kind of like Destiny, it feels like it was more designed for like a mouse and keyboard to quickly get to different elements because there's so much to manage between like your gear and your collectibles, cosmetics and all that stuff. But I mean, ultimately, I've definitely seen games that tried to do something similar to this, but it went a lot worse. I heard a lot of early comparisons to Anthem, which I didn't hate Anthem. I mean, it's not the best game I've ever played. It certainly doesn't touch Destiny, I don't think, in terms of those types of sort of MMO looter shooters. Kind of like a diet MMO, I guess. But I have to say I really enjoyed my time with it, and one of the things I was really hoping for the most was that it would give me a good single-player story. And I went in extremely skeptical of this, right? Because even if you weren't like an old-school Marvel fan, if you were somebody who just sort of got on like the Marvel train, around 2008 when the MCU started to form and everything, my big hesitation was I was like, I don't know if I'll really be able to relate to this version of the Avengers because I've, so much of pop culture now has become... Or everybody who's a fan of the MCU has become so accustomed to those characters and the actors and actresses that are portraying them that, to me, I was like, I don't know if I can really get behind this version of Tony or this version of Bruce Banner. But that's not been the case. One of the things I really like about the story, even just like the the lighthearted banter between individual team members as they're in a mission, is they really did capture like the sort of playful comedic essence of the MCU, the thing that sort of gives it that levity that I think serves two purposes. One, it just makes it fun, right, which is kind of crucial. It's not all dark and Zack Snyderish. And then two, I think that aside from just providing some levity just to make it more fun, is it also make it a little bit more grounded and more relatable, right? Because, everybody who's faced with a stressful situation always tries to, have some humor there, right? Kind of break the tension a little bit. So I think that's pretty cool. Beyond that, the thing that I'm really impressed with is, to Mikkel's point, if you're going in and you're expecting like, ooh, it'll be like 2018 Spider-Man. it's not going to be like 2018 Spider-Man, right? I'm not sitting here, and that's the thing. It's not really an apples-to-apples comparison, right? Here you've got these large, open world-ish environments and kind of a hub world layout, not like a sprawling New York layout like you got with Spider-Man. But then I'm really impressed that not only were they able to build environments that were just kind of fun to run around in and had sort of secrets to uncover and everything, but that none of the characters I've played yet has been at like a demonstrable disadvantage when it comes to traversal. I never felt like I was at a horrible disadvantage if I opt to play as Kamala versus Hulk, for example. So I feel like the studio should really be commended for how well they were able to take. Because it's not like Spider-Man where you're designing, environments and mechanics and how things are going to play out around a single character. They have to take into account a whole range of characters and their individual unique abilities and still make that not just functional, but also fun. And I think largely they've succeeded in that way. And I like that they were able to do it in such a way that the controls, too, are sort of approachable from one character to the next. I was mentioned earlier before we started, if you kind of know the button combinations for one character, they're very easily applicable to another, and you can have some idea of what it's going to do, or in terms of like the kind of effect that you'll get. Not always, but it's similar enough that it's very not quite seamless, but very smooth to go from one character to another and kind of mix it up a little bit. So yeah, I would say overall positive. Some small issues with the camera and everything, but I am super pumped to keep playing because these are the kind of gameplay loops that keep me hooked in for weeks, months, and playing that with your friends is all the better.
Yeah, nice. NX, do you have any thoughts you want to add to this?
I have not seen any footage of the game, so no, I don't.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Mikkel, I'm actually this question to you. Did you play Ultimate Alliance 3, Mikkel?
Yep. I was hooked on that.
Okay, because LR really said in the chat, is it better than that game? Which is
they're very different. They're very, very different. But I will say that there's a lot of similarities to them. If you want to do like 4-player co-op, like in that sense, they're the same. But as far as like mechanics, like Josh was saying, like there is a slight issue with like the camera. It struggles at times, but overall, I would say like, I don't know. Like I don't know if I could compare them because they're very different. But I do think people enjoy it. I'm trying to think of the best way I can describe it. It's Josh, help me out here.
I mean, it's like you get a closer up view, right? I mean, you got largely top down perspective in Ultimate Alliance 3, which worked, and it's really great for like a couch co-op type situation. But if you played Ultimate Alliance 3 and you were and the other thing I'll say about it that I think gives it a slight edge is we've got a more unique story here. Like Ultimate Alliance 3 wasn't a pure rehash of everything we've seen in the MCU so far, but there were a lot of elements that were repeated. Like it felt like they were playing it a little bit safe because the stuff in the MCU worked. So it's natural to assume that if you put that stuff in video game form, it's probably going to work for Marvel fans as well. And I love that experience. But I like this because like when I was playing, a new character just got revealed who's also somebody who's in the MCU. I won't spoil anything, but it's a very different take on the character. So I love that they don't really feel sort of bound to the lore that's been established, just in the movie universe exclusively here, and they're willing to take some risks. I think that's the difference. But if you're wondering, like, if I had fun with Ultimate Alliance, will I have fun with this? Yes, I can confidently say that you will.
Yeah.
What if you didn't play either? Which one do you recommend to someone who can only get one?
If you could only get one, I mean, that's tough.
That's tough.
I might be tempted to say Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch just because of the portable nature is super awesome, right? I mean, it depends on what you're after. If you're like, I want really good looking graphics and I want to see my heroes up close, and I want to play with my friends, and I love a hardcore RPG-ish experience. I mean, there are elements of that in Ultimate Alliance 3, but I think it's probably something you have to tweak a little bit more in here. If you don't like fiddling around in menus very much, then I would say go for Ultimate Alliance 3, because you're going to spend a lot of time in the menus, I think, in Avengers.
Yeah, especially with the skill tree, the customization.
Right.
Avengers already sounds like more my kind of game than Ultimate Alliance.
Yes, if you like some menu fiddling, you'll have a good time. It's not bad.
Josh, don't you think like the cutscenes dude, they look good.
They do. They look really good. And again, like the voice talent in this game, I thought it was gonna be a real weird disconnect for me. Like like I would see Tony on the screen, but in my head I would be like, that's not Robert Downey. But that hasn't been the case. Like I'm. But then again, I've never been the sort of like I joke when I say I'm a fanboy, but when I say that, I'm not like I've never been the purist sort, right? I've never really been somebody who gets really, like, oh, it's got to be this way. Like, I like when people take artistic liberties with existing properties because I think it's tragic to think that some creators are like, ooh, if I do this, it's going to irritate the fans. Like, try to do something new with it, man. Like, we all know what our MCU Avengers are like. A lot of us know what the comic Avengers were like, but I think it's a cool thing that they're trying to to put a new spin on some of these characters. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
indeed. I personally don't have much of an opinion on this game because I played the beta, and the beta was a lot of fun, like tons of fun. Like how long did we play that for, Josh?
We played it a little bit. It's I don't know. I got what it sucked though, man. Like I got so kind of sucked into the beta, but it's like I know all of my efforts are fruitless, and none of that's gonna carry over except for a couple of nameplates. So I don't know why. At a certain point, I just sort of lost track of what I was doing. I was like, oh, but I have to see how far I can go and get the secret mission. But it's polishing the brass on the Titanic, man. It was just pointless.
Yeah. It's sorry, my bad. I literally am I'm in a slugfest, I guess, in an Incineroar in Smash Brothers. Like literally, I'm getting destroyed. Well, actually, no. He three stocked me the first round, and I came back with the second round. So that's best of 2 out of 3. But no, seriously though, I'm literally trying my best to like find more things to get about that game because I don't want to pay. Okay, this is the $1 million question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the game worth $60?
I say yes.
How much do you
If
love
it's not
Mark?
worth 60, if it's not worth 60, Josh, what price tag would you put on it?
Yeah, because Josh, you hesitated.
I'm only hesitating because, like, for me, yeah, absolutely. Like, I went for the Earth's Mightiest edition, right? Like, I'm super pumped about, just playing Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. So I'm not a great person to ask for this question. I'll say this, like, are the production values there? Like, does it rise to the level you would expect from a AAA release? And I would say yes. Like, graphically, aesthetically, like, I haven't had any major networking problems with it. Like, I think I had 1 or 2 crashes during the beta, but I have not experienced anything like that in the full release right now. It's worth 60 if you're into Marvel. Now, if you want the best possible, like, looter shooter, looter brawler kind of experience you can get, I don't know that this is it. But again, I've had fun with it. How much fun you will have will largely depend on your predilection towards these characters, I think.
I like brawlers. So that's and I'm not a huge Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge Marvel fan, so it's like me. I'm over here enjoying it.
Well, there you go. Like Mikkel's like not a huge Marvel fan, but like he's totally cool.
I'm a big Streets of Rage fan, so I like brawlers.
Well, when you get Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, the counter system, the skill tree, the stuff you can do, like it comes like I've seen a lot of people say it's repetitive, it's simple, the combat. You can get really creative with that combat, especially if you can play with some friends or even by yourself. Like you can get really creative. So
it's something I liked that I noticed even in the beta was like Iron Man, for example. Like you can switch out his armaments. Like if you don't want to use repulsors, you can switch to lasers, or you can switch to missiles. But I was surprised to see that I could do that not just in the middle of like fighting, but I could do it literally like mid combo, like in the middle, like I could pop somebody a couple times and then switch to lasers in the middle of it. And I was like, that's really awesome. Like I'm glad they let you do that.
Yep.
Like it's deeper than you would expect based on what you've heard. Like there is flexibility there, to Mikkel's point.
Speaking of Streets of Rage, who wants to play Streets of Rage? While as we're talking, you said Brawl. You said Brawl. I started thinking about Streets of Rage now.
On which platform?
What do you want? Which platform you play it on? I got it on Switch. I got it on PC. I got it on Xbox. What you want to do?
Wow. I think I have it on Xbox. So I could probably.
Yo, Rodrigo, what's going on, man?
See.
Yeah, man, but But yeah, it's definitely something that I will say I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing more like the success of it. Like, I thought it was pretty cool that Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII Remake tweeted out, say congratulations. They did a kind of like a team, and they said reassemble, and they showed Cloud, Tifa, Eris, and Barrett all together. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, man, like I definitely think, like, knowing how you like gaming, like the games you like, I think you would enjoy it. I think if someone likes, you know, if you like brawlers or you like beat 'em ups or you like a game that's got some depth to it, because, you know, there's that whole counter system, which is one I haven't seen any other reviewer talk about that. You know, like, where you can do counter moves, you can, you know, perfect dodges,
and that,
like, if you're playing.
So it's kind of like a fighter, like a brawler fighter in a sense. You're saying,
yeah, like, think of, like, if you play as Black Widow, you know, her play style. A lot of her stuff is similar to Lara Croft, and I think a lot of her stuff is based off that because of Crystal Dynamics. But she dual pistol wheels. She's got a grappling hook. Like, you remember Bionic Commando from 2009, that reboot?
Yeah.
You know how, like, he would do the grapple onto an enemy and then, like, close in on him with his arm and then backflip off? Mm-hmm. She's got that. So you could do a combo where you just, like, oh yeah, there's juggling too. Like, from beat 'em ups, there's juggling physics as well. So, like, you can do a combo, knock an enemy into the air, target another enemy, latch on with a grappling hook, backflip off, and while in midair, do dual pistol, and then, like, do a dive kick like Akuma into another enemy and repeatedly do it. It's deep, and man, like I said, I'm not even a huge Marvel fan, and I'm loving it.
I mean, okay. So basically what you say, you may actually appreciate this reference. She's basically the Ribbon Girl of this game. Like, she's kind of like broken, kind of like how Ribbon Girl is broken in arms. Like, she's like that. Because every game has one character that's like that.
Pretty much.
You know, every game has a game that's pretty much like that. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm here and there with it. It's like $60. You know, you got to make sure. Oh,
yeah, I think we're good.
You play it on Xbox? You got it on Xbox?
Yeah, I'm on the Xbox.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to mute my camera because there's no plug in my Xbox right now. So, go ahead.
I'm not fancy like you. Don't have it on every platform, Abaddon.
Listen.
I'm still waiting on that Switch physical to come in.
I told you all, when it comes to certain games, like, I used to be a big fan, and I have it on Switch because I wanted to play, you know, with some of my friends on Switch, and then Xbox. That's just Game Pass.
Yeah.
Wait,
Game Pass
I wonder. Wait, question. Can I play with you on Game Pass from PC to Xbox?
I think you can.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Try to send me an invite. See if it works.
I just realized that. I'm like, hold up, because I'm here thinking like, oh man, I won't be able to enjoy this.
Soundtrack for this is so good.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. Oh, wait a sec.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah.
I saw you were on Twitter. You were talking about No Straight Roads.
Yeah. Is it good?
Yes. Dude,
because I heard some people say it was like boring and everything. I was like, but it looks so stylish and it looks so fun. Like, it looks just fast and frenetic, and I don't know, man.
It's the best way I've described the gameplay is it's like did you play like E8 on the Switch?
Did I play what now?
Ease 8 on the Switch.
Yes, I did play Ease 8.
Okay, so it's like a cross between Ease 8 with, it's got a leveling system with like skill trees and everything like that. So Ease 8, you get the perfect dodge system too from that.
Sounds fun.
It's literally plays just like Ease 8. And then you got like buffs and debuffs if you get stickers. You can unlock more abilities, double jump, air dashing, It's really good, and I've seen again another game that I'm hearing a lot of people don't like, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because
Right.
it's fun, and it's a combat system that there's a bit of a learning curve, in the sense of you got to figure out, like, okay, what do I parry? Do I parry this? Do I dodge this? But the game teaches you every single aspect of it, and the music, the story is really good. Like, I know a lot of people were saying that, like, a lot of reviewers are saying, "Oh, the story is very political." It's actually not. The story is technically, and Avedon too. Like, I think you would enjoy the game as well. Like, it's a story about, the music industry and how, like, there's no straight, there's no straight roads in music, and that was the thing. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's politics." Like, no, it's about how the music. People don't. There's no straight road. Straight into music.
There's politics towards everything. People just don't like that. It's just a buzzword people don't like hearing. There's politics to everything.
Yeah.
But I get you.
Are the characters pretty fun in that too? It looked like the characters were just going to be a blast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One other game to add in: Jak and Daxter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's
now I'm interested.
It's fun, man. I had an absolute blast with that game. Like, it literally means Jak and Daxter with some Zelda thrown into it, and the soundtrack, the entire game, like the entire team that made it, with the exception of a couple, they're all Malaysian based. So the voice talent, a lot of the designers, the combat engine folks, and you got people that worked on Street Fighter V, people that worked on, Breath of the Wild. Like, it's got a very eclectic group of people that came together to make, and that was their first game, and it's just it's really, really, really good. But so many people are bashing it, and I'm like, and I'm looking at like YouTube videos of their gameplay, and I'm like, how come you're not double jumping? Why are you not using perfect dodge? Like, why are you not air dashing? Like, why are you just eating hits?
Because that's what people do. That's what people do. It's unfortunate, but it's really what people do. So I'm in a dilemma, guys. I can't fully hook up my game because my Xbox, I'll have to unhook that, which I don't have the. Well, I gotta connect the internet to my Xbox, which I have to repair my controller. Or I could go on Game Pass, but Game Pass, the music is super loud. So,
I gotcha. We don't have to play. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we're not gonna play tonight. Sorry, Josh. I know you went through that trouble. I know you went through that trouble. Yeah, I apologize. Good, so yeah, I was literally trying to set it up. It's not gonna work. Sorry about that, but I do want to get into to what the chat's been saying about this, because the chat was talking a little bit about this. They were talking to each other about it, but Eric says, "Don't shame me, but I don't care for superhero stuff. I like Banjo-Kazooie. They is my superheroes." Hey, man, respect. Respect. I got nothing against that, man. Tooth says, so Spider-Man still locked for PlayStation only? And yes, he is. What's going on, Tooth? Haven't seen you here in a while, man. Rob Regal, what's going on, bro? Tony, what's going on, man? LR said, I seen the physical at Walmart a couple of days ago. I'm going to talk about physical copies about something in a second. Dark Void said, did anyone check out the high score on Netflix? Yes. Shout out to Chris Levi. I saw episode 1 with him last week. It was really good. Let's see. And that pretty much it. So, all right. So we're gonna shift this because High Score also talks about a very famous franchise that we all know, and that's Nintendo. Nintendo had a direct this week that everybody was predicting and waiting for. Like, people predicted this direct like 4 or 5 different times. It was like Groundhog's Day. The amount of times people predicted this direct. Is it this week? Is it this week? Is it this week? You know, you shoot at the basket 7 times, you're bound to make a shot if you have your correct form. But I'm not. I'm just playing around because you know it's nothing against even them, but I feel as though Nintendo, like, shout out to Dave G, he even said this. I feel as though Nintendo was kind of like playing people because every time videos will come out saying, "Hey, there's a direct this week," Nintendo was like, "Do you work for Nintendo? Who are you leaking out information like this? You know what? We're gonna push this to next week." We could have had that a long time ago. We said this on the Chillcast before that when we start talking about leaks and what Nintendo's going to do, Nintendo has always just turned the other corner and said, "Nope, that's not what we're doing." Traditionally. So, you know, I mean, some cases people were right. And then it's like this whole Mario Direct for the 35th anniversary. Don't get me wrong. It was cool. And before we get into the main thing, I do want to talk about Mario Battle Royale. Was something that I did not know I wanted.
Yeah.
I did not know I wanted a game like that. I felt that was creative.
You know what the worst part about that is, though?
What's up?
It's only available until March 31st.
Yeah, I know.
Currently.
Just like the other thing we're going to talk about, which I don't know why it's only available for that long. Hopefully they don't affect the downloads and stuff. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I do want to say was probably my favorite part out of the entire Direct. Nintendo has taken AR to a whole new level.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
They
I don't care how old you are.
Augmented reality to a whole new level. That, just from a technical standpoint, I found that highly impressive. That literally, you could literally make your living room appear on a TV screen. Or,
yo, didn't we think about stuff like that when we were kids in the 90s?
We did.
That thing looks awesome.
Like, literally, like, you could make a full out track. So imagine this, right? Imagine if you have imagine, you know, for those of us who have smaller places, your imagination can go a few different places. What you can do with that, like, you could put like some books and everything and make hills and stuff. You could do a lot of stuff with good creativity. But imagine the people who have the space. Imagine the people who have the space that they could go set it up in their backyard on a nice day. And then they have like the pavement and everything, and then they set up the tracks and everything, and you literally are playing Hot Wheels. They basically made a modern day Hot Wheels.
Yep.
For the Switch. That was
better
amazing.
Than Hot Wheels.
Huh?
Better than Hot Wheels.
Better than Hot Wheels. They made Hot Wheels better than Hot Wheels. Yeah. Yo, it's all good, Rob, man. Don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat it. Just chill out, man. Like, yo, they made Hot Wheels better than Hot Wheels. So I give Nintendo the highest, like, I'm not gonna say the highest. I give Nintendo high props and high regard for what they did with that. Now I'm hearing it's like $100 per set, which is reasonable.
It's $100 for the RC car, but the game download is free.
Oh, for the RC car. Okay, do they give you like
the RC car? Yeah,
it's just the RC car, or do they give you like
the RC car with the gates you set up to do the tracks?
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool. And I feel
from what I heard, there are two. There's the Mario one and the Luigi one.
To me, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
To me, that's fair. $100. Everyone has their own $100 game. And think of it this way: if everyone has their own $100 game, right? Two people put their games together. You have made a giant track. That literally people could play with. And honestly, that could be played on a screen. It's not just you playing cars and using your imagination. Like, you're literally guiding the car. Which I know that's going to be a mess for parents. Parents, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, parents. I'm not saying sorry to myself because I'm not getting it.
I do wonder about that. I do wonder if it's limited to 2 players since there's only 2 sets. And I think they only showed 2 people playing in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, well, hold up. Let me see. I'm gonna do some fact checking as we're looking. Anyone have anything they want to add before we talk about 3D All Stars?
Well, I know for me, like this just goes to show how Nintendo first and foremost, I think a lot of people keep forgetting Nintendo is a toy company first, and then gaming company second, and they keep melding the two together so well. I mean, you've got this. Like, I didn't realize how much I wanted that until I saw that, and I was like, "Yo, this is stuff we used to talk about on the playground, back in the '90s." So, like that right there, that was nostalgia for me. I'm like, "Yo, I always wanted something like that." And then you look at stuff they've done, like with Ring Fit, like making fitness actually fun. And anyone saying that Ring Fit is not an actual workout,
it's a big workout. I heard.
Bro, I've lost 20 doing that. And just not having it on the light difficulty, just medium, but giving it my all, 20. So it's just like Nintendo. I'm just impressed with them with that. But yeah.
The way they think outside the box is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 players.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 4 players. Okay. I looked because what I'm looking at, I looked onto the website. There's a whole family sitting on one couch, and I see 4 carts on the actual floor. So it's 2 Mario Karts and 2 Luigi Karts.
Nice.
So we got.
I just like that Nintendo does quirky stuff like that. Is willing to take those kind of risks.
Yeah.
So
I think it was I was listening to a YouTube video. I think it was Game Explain actually, and the way they said this is how Toys to Life should have been done the entire time, not just scanning like figurines into a game. And I think that's probably the best explanation for it that I've heard, is that this is literally Toys to Life.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. Dark Void, I have a carpet too, bro. So that's another reason why I'm not getting it. And plus, that's not a good idea. With when you got little one, like literally,
they're gonna break that.
Like no, like wait, listen. When y'all become parents, I was looking at the wrong camera the whole time. When y'all become parents and y'all see that $100 you spent, and you just see it just disintegrate when the toy is destroyed. There's like, Mikhail just smiling because he knows what I'm talking about. all you see was like,
and then the kid looks at you and you're like Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. The kid's free,
and you're going Goku, and your kids is going to do the sponge on me. It's okay. I'm like, what do you mean it's okay? No, it's not okay. So I get it, I understand, but what I do want to talk about, and I have a different take on this. Josh and I was talking about this earlier in the week. Nintendo has also announced Super Mario 3D All Stars. In one cartridge, you get Super Mario 64, upgraded textures in 3D to the high res, 64 blocky characters in high res. I don't know how they pull that off, but that in high res, and then you also are going to get what's going on, Monado? You also to get Mario Sunshine, which looks really good actually, and then the game that looked really really good was Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
all 3 for $60. Looks like so $20 per game, which is actually fair, highly fair. Now, what a lot of people are up in arms about is that this game is going to be only limited until March, both physical and digital.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are upset about that. I'm not. I feel like it's a brilliant business move on their end, because what they're going to do is, for the people who wanted this physical, you get it now physical. But for the people who want this, who want to continue to play it, I feel like they're going to use that to bring in their N64, their GameCube, as well as their Wii system to play on the Switch. And I forgot who it was. I'm gonna go to the text. I was texting Josh about it. I'm gonna shout him out because it was from someone on Twitter. You know, just to give credit to the person I did when he said it. I'm like, yo, I fully agree with that. His name was Pat at day 1321. Yeah, he basically he basically said probably because Nintendo Switch Online will eventually get N64, GameCube, and Wii games, making this game obsolete, which makes perfect sense to why that will be limited.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
the other thing that I kind of realized with it too.
Mm-hmm.
On top of it, yeah, I know a lot of people don't get why Nintendo did this, but I kind of speculate it's a brilliant business move because one, it got everybody talking.
Exactly.
Everybody talking. And I think
it got everybody buying it now.
Yeah. And I agree with you in the sense of like it seems like it's going to be a segue into 64 GameCube and Wii emulation through like them adding that to the Switch because it's like it's like Nintendo has never made a game like none of their stuff, and I know even Doc Trace he said it recently this week too. Any game that they've had limited edition, they always it's never limited edition. Yeah,
I mean, even All Stars on Wii, the original Super Mario All Stars with the 4 2D games, that was limited for the 25th anniversary on the Wii, and I think they actually brought that back later.
Yeah, they did.
Where you could just buy it.
Yeah.
So I see them probably doing something like that if it's not part of the online stuff, or they can just sell them individually on the eShop or something like that, like some people have been saying. But
yeah, anyone else have anything else they want to add? Josh, what are your thoughts on this?
So, I think, like Mikhail said, I think it's a great business move for them. It definitely got everybody talking. I'm curious if this is because, again, they're planning to just roll out more first-party, GameCube or Wii era titles to NSO sometime in the next year or so, and use that as sort of like a carrot to get more people to sign up for the service. As far as the scarcity, I'm fine with it for the most part, but I hope that's just like something they do occasionally, not something they try to. I don't want my Nintendo to become limited run games. That's what I'm saying, and I like limited run games, but I don't want it for my Nintendo first party stuff. Especially considering how much Nintendo stuff historically goes up. And I mean, it's like, Paper Mario for the GameCube now is like $110, $120 game, which is completely insane. But, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to play the games again. I kind of wish they had given it the full treatment, especially for Mario 64, to kind of just, update the visuals and everything a little bit more. Ultimately, I'm excited for I pre-ordered it from 2 different retailers, just to be safe, because I feel like it's going to be one of those things that maybe people will get a hold of it, maybe they won't. I'm probably being paranoid, but I wanted to hedge my bets because I'm not missing out on a trilogy like that on the Switch. I love the Switch.
I got my pre-order from trusty Amazon. It's coming on release day.
Yeah, well, I pre-ordered a Tony Hawk from Amazon.
I don't like what you said, NX. Stop that.
Yeah, I know. I said it the way.
I know you're.
I said it that way for reasons.
Yes,
but
I don't appreciate that.
Hey, they always deliver me my stuff. I can't speak for you guys.
I got things to say about Amazon. I'm not gonna say them here.
Listen, I already said them on my channel already one time. I got rid of the video, did a whole skit about it. I don't trust you, Amazon. I don't trust you with your gaming deliveries. You fail me more.
No, what it does? I mean, I don't know. The limitedness of it does suck for people who say get a Switch in the future and then they hear about this and then they can't get it officially from anywhere.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, stuff happens.
Yeah.
So, and one other thing, I've seen complaints that people have had about it not having Galaxy 2. Now,
if you pay attention to the rumors that called all this, you know that they also said that it seems like Galaxy 2 is coming separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly in a with more stuff and even more updated than these maybe.
Can we
like
really
visuals?
Can we have a real conversation then about, since we're talking about Mario?
Okay.
Can we have a very real conversation about bringing Zelda, since next year is Zelda's 35th? Can we have a very real conversation about that?
This is what I think it's leading to. I think we're going to get.
We know that. Well, next year it's the 35th. It's going to be Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, possibly Skyward Sword HD, since that's going around now.
That's what I want.
And then maybe even some of the other games like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, because you can't do. I feel like Zelda has. I don't want to say. Each Zelda game is beloved by everyone in their own specific ways. Like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, you can't bring up with that. You can't talk about Zelda without bringing those up. There are certain Mario games where you can, like, for example, Nintendo just completely ignored Galaxy 2, even though they might bring that later.
No, we're not going to talk about the game they ignored. They ignored Mario RPG. That's what they.
Well, you can't play that on Switch.
Well, isn't that still like a toss-up between Square and them?
See, I thought Square.
Yeah,
I thought Square and Nintendo were on good terms now, man. See,
yeah,
they were supposed to be on good terms, and Square, unless Square is planning something, because Square said a long time ago. A lot of people don't remember this. Square said a long time ago that they are going to bring back.
Hey,
what's good?
What's happening?
What's up, man?
Your camera's blurry, my dude. You gotta fix that.
Hold on. Technical issues.
As always. But no, like as Chipz is getting ready, it's like Square Enix said themselves that they were going to bring back a lot of their classic games from Super Nintendo. So that includes Mario RPG, and that also includes Chrono Trigger. So I'm waiting for those two games to come to the Switch, like mainly. Like I want to see Chrono Trigger come to the Switch.
Are you a Chrono Trigger fan? I wasn't real clear on that.
It's horrible.
Oh, I like Chrono Trigger. Like
Chrono Trigger, that game's. Josh, isn't the game a little bit overrated?
I mean, I've got it.
Get out of here!
Just kidding.
Get out of here!
Oh man!
But I'm gonna say that now since Avedon refuses to play Earthbound, which is phenomenal. But whatever.
I mean, you don't have to.
Avedon.
Like that.
Oh,
He doesn't like good games.
That's not very true.
No, but
Thank you.
where
guys.
this Zelda 35th anniversary, I think, is going to be bigger.
Hold on.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Wait, am I clear?
initially.
Am I good?
No.
you're
You're not good. You're not good. Cause you out here.
Your camera's clear.
You out here trying to start, man.
My camera's clear? Okay. Squirtle's clear? He's good? Alright, we're all good.
Nah, man.
We're all good.
Nah, man. How could you? How could you, man? I don't like good games, man.
You don't?
I'm the one who put you on Zelda Breath of the Wild, though.
I mean, I was bound to play it sooner or later. Like I wasn't gonna completely skip out on.
But I put you on to the game. Who showed you the gameplay before anybody else?
Avedon.
I mean, I put you on the Final Fantasy VII.
You can't claim that one, brother.
You know, you're right.
Sorry.
You're right.
You can't claim that one.
I can't put you on to that. But I've been playing the original Final Fantasy. I've been playing the RPGs, man. You know, come on, man. You know, you've been playing the original Smash Brothers and everything. So you came over to the Nintendo side when the Switch came out. But you were looking at me, saying like, "Oh, coming at me for having a Wii U." You did.
Hey,
and a lot of
Wii U has some gems.
And guess what? How many of those good games came over? And how many
Like-
of those good
like-
games?
Like
There's still
three?
one that needs
Every
that
one of them.
absolute-
Every
at
last
least
one of
that
them,
absolutely
actually.
needs-
Not every
No.
last Wii U
Almost
game
one
did
of
not
them.
come over.
Almost just like
You're
one left.
missing.
Mario
left.
Mario
You're
Kart
missing
8. What else came over?
Think about it. Think of it every.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which is like
Toad's game.
Toad. That's trash. What else?
He said it. Look at McCall's face.
What else?
You
Wait,
also
Toad's Adventure Building Blocks? Come
Hey,
on, bro.
Okay.
I haven't played it, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Captain Toad is good.
okay, but no. In respect to what you're saying though, Pokken Tournament came over, which is another game. They also brought over Super Mario 3D World, which is just confirmed.
With more content
More
I
content.
mean,
you
I
could
mean, that's
basically
good.
and online play.
We could basically say, even though they call it Splatoon 2, they brought Splatoon over.
Yeah. That's how I view Splatoon 2.
Splatoon 2 is 1.5.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
As someone
basically
who- as
play
someone who-
all Splatoon 1 stages in Splatoon 2
As-
now. So
As someone who owns Splatoon 1 and 2, like, it's literally this much of a difference. It's like the marginal difference is the same marginal difference between Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I got the Splatoon queen right here.
You telling
She
me
said right here.
Technically, the box says Part 2, so it's a sequel.
it is, but you can play nearly everything, every stage from the
But
original game.
okay, but
You can't play the story
We
from the original game.
didn't ask for all of that. What does it say on the box?
you
It says 2.
gonna reach?
It's a sequel.
You gonna start reaching now?
It's a new game on the Switch.
You gonna start reaching now?
It's not a reach. It's facts. What does it say on the box? Splatoon 2, right?
But it came
Yeah,
over
Bayonetta.
originally. Where did the game originate from? It didn't originate on any other Nintendo console but the Wii U.
Got Bayonetta.
Well, Bayonetta is a port of a port.
Okay,
If you're
but
talking about
No,
Bayonetta,
it's not
2.
2.
Bayonetta,
2.
Bayonetta. So no,
Bayonetta
wait,
2 was on the Wii U first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Bayonetta 1.
Was X?
Did
That was
originate-
original
the original.
Xbox. We'll give you that. But that was ported over.
I think that was also on PS3. That was a multi-plat before.
But Bayonetta
Yeah.
2
Well,
was
Bayonetta
exclusive.
2, yes. Bayonetta 2 is exclusive, yes.
So yes, so there's quite a few games that were
It's a handful. It's a handful.
You know, they
Yeah,
were
I'll give you that. It's a handful. It's not.
And
It's not a whole lot.
What
I
was
mean,
this argument?
I mean, no, he's just saying.
That
I don't-
Abaddon doesn't play good games.
And yeah, I could list off a good amount of good games. Like Xenoblade Chronicles X is arguably my favorite Xenoblade, which is still not over on the Switch yet.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, I know.
You know that's coming.
Now, Chips, I will say this to you. Xenoblade X, people are probably going to not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Xenoblade X smacks Xenoblade 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's people who might not like me saying that, but Xenoblade X smacks Xenoblade 2, in my opinion. My personal opinion.
Both of those games are boring. I don't care.
Have you even seen Xenoblade
You've never
X?
even played Xenoblade X.
There's a little truth to that.
Well, thank you, Josh. That's all I needed.
Wait, Chips? Wait, Josh, whose side are you on, Josh?
Hey,
I still think Xenoblade 1 is possibly better than 2 and X. So,
but it's that combat system is not.
See, even Eric in the chat said Toad's Treasure Tracker is amazing. Nintendo even believes that game's amazing. What's wrong with you?
I've actually on Treasure Tracker. Doesn't that count for anything?
Treasure Tracker is amazing for a 5-year-old.
I mean, couldn't you say that for Mario?
I mean, we grew up with Mario, so it's a little different.
That
There's
was
some
fun.
bias there.
Chips, man.
Don't you like it when I
What's
come
an
on
excuse?
late and just like set fire to everything?
Contrarian.
Like Chips is that dog in the meme. Whole place burning down. Like, this is fine.
Yeah, I just like to see the world burn sometimes. You know, it's okay.
This is
you know?
fine.
It's fine. It's just a little bit of spice in your life. For you.
Okay, so Chips, I'm going to revise your statement. It's not that Abaddon doesn't play good games, it's that he refuses to play games that are good sometimes. Which is the problem.
Sounds a little better.
That's factual.
That one's true.
That's factual.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I mean, look how long it's taken me to get the Undertale. That's a great game.
I never played it.
Look how long it's taken me to beat Celeste. I mean, so
Celeste is.
I'll give you a point.
The best game of all time. You need to beat that.
Ooh, let's not say things we can't take back.
Yeah, let's not go that far. Okay, buddy.
It's master class. I'll give you the best game of all time.
Yeah, you say it's better than Final Fantasy VII. You saying it's better than
you guys
Ocarina of Time.
No, my favorite game of all time is Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I'm about to say you saying it's better than that. I'm like, whoa, you're going.
No, I'm not being serious. But it is really. It is.
Notice I stayed quiet. I'm just observing. I'm like,
KRG. I said KRG. KEG. Yes. When it comes to playing video games, I have been a slacker lately. When it comes to playing video games, you're right. I have been. I'm exposed. But no.
Ever since yesterday, I've been playing Super Mario All-Stars on Nintendo Switch Online, on and off. That's what I've been playing. Before that, I was slacking. You can ask Josh. We still haven't played our multiplayer game, Josh.
Not yet, but we will. I wish Hotline Miami.
It'll come.
I've been hooked on that too.
But no.
What game?
Hotline Miami.
But no. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was going to get that one, but money problems couldn't yet.
It's
so
pretty great.
The only game I got a new game and I barely had time to play it because I heard like there was some issues with it, so I was like turned off from just jumping into it fully, and that's Crystal Chronicles.
Did you get it?
I heard it was pretty bad. Like just not like a great port.
Yeah, I have it.
I've heard that too.
I heard it's not a great port at all.
It's only online multiplayer, isn't it? There's not like anything local.
Yeah, there's no local.
Which
that doesn't make much sense, but hey, that's their business. So, let's go through the chat though. But yo, Chipz though, anything you want to add about the Super Mario 3D World limited or just the direct in general? Like, what were your thoughts about that Mario Direct?
I didn't even watch it. I woke up to Twitter on fire.
Get out of here.
I woke up to wait. Hold on. Let me defend myself. All right.
A fire you didn't set.
Yeah, for the first time, right? A fire that I didn't set, and like I was literally in bed, and I wear glasses, right? So I woke up and I was like, why is everybody going off? And I scrolled down a little bit, and I saw a picture, right? It had Mario 64, Galaxy, and then something else. Sunshine. And I was like, oh, we're getting, 3 games. This is great. 3 new ports. And then I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, it's all one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not bugging with that. So it's like a huge collection of I'm just gonna say it, right? Of some of the best Mario games, at least on a in 3D that are coming back.
Absolutely. No, hold on. There are now like 4. There are now like 4 or 5 games better than Mario Odyssey on the Switch.
and you know what? This brought me back to the rumor that basically had gotten leaked some time back that this was actually coming, and as always, you can't get hyped about leaks because you just don't know if it's true or if it's somebody just starting something, or clout chasing, whatever the case may be. And I was like, I'm gonna hold off on being emotional on that one. And then, like I said, I woke up today and I saw that it was confirmed, and I was like elated. Man, I can't wait till it drops. Like, I need that physical collection. Because I'm going off on Sunshine. Sunshine was one of my favorite Mario games. And then, of course, you have 64, which is like, of course, it's a classic, right? So something like that is going to be amazing on Switch. And I just can't wait to play it. And then they also, announced the what is it, the Mario 35 or whatever, where you play against 35 people online.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, it's a limited it's a limited time gimmick,
Yeah,
right?
it's limited to play for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever.
can you play
It's
it?
smart. It's smart.
No, it said available to play until March 31st, 2021.
Got it. So
Right.
they'll get rid of the
So-
ability to play it.
Right, and then of course you know what they're gonna do is they're gonna sell it online or include it.
Yeah,
in
hopefully
NSO.
hopefully they sell it because
I
it's
doubt-
already
I doubt-
included in an NSO.
I doubt they're gonna sell it. So I don't know. Like Nintendo is kind of funny sometimes with what they do, but somehow it it always ends up working out. So I mean, it's not something like that made me wanna just like jump up and get it and play. But I can see, you know, for other people, it's like, oh, this is cool. You know, let me, you know, be a part of this. I don't really care, because you know what that means? That means you're gonna be going up against a whole bunch of speedrunners that've been doing this for years. I'm not with it. I'm not with taking an L back to back.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I agree
I'm
with you.
not-
on
I
that.
didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not doing it. Look, I already, you know what? One thing that this whole situation, you know, this pandemic has taught me. It's taught me that I have some deep-rooted rage issues, right?
The pandemic taught you this?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
wow! Oh wow!
You could have
That was Josh.
Because, I mean, well, so, I mean, I don't know, maybe this happens everywhere, but, like, you know, people just don't know how to drive with simple things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the pandemic made that whole, like, 10 times worse. I'm in New York, it's crazy, right? If you thought bumper-to-bumper traffic was bad, you haven't seen people just make spontaneous left turns on red out of nowhere, constantly, on the same block.
Oh yeah.
So, I have some deep-rooted rage issues, right? I've experienced this with Marvel Avengers. I love the game, but I've experienced it. I refuse to experience it with an 8-bit Mario game online. No. Count me out.
That's a solid point.
Count me out. I'll watch it. I'll watch somebody stream it. Mikkel, if you want to stream it, I'll gladly jump in.
I'm good.
Josh, if you want to stream it, I will watch you pull your hair out and laugh at you at the same time. Whoever else is in here, if you're a content creator and you want to stream it, let me know so I can laugh at you. And then like donate $1 because you're gonna need that money for something. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well then, what do you think about the game, like the Mario 3D World game being limited? Like the three games being limited? What do you think about that?
3D All Stars.
3D All Stars, yeah.
I don't like it. I think they should just give it to the fans. Sell it.
I mean,
Put a-
they are technically for a time period.
No, but it shouldn't be limited. That's the thing. You know, because I mean, essentially you're gonna block off people that jump on board to get a Switch, let's say after that date. So it's like, you know, they're not gonna be able to experience it.
What if they drop? What if they get? Let's just see. It comes out later on with like N64, GameCube, and Wii Online.
You mean NSO?
Yeah, NSO. Like NSO, like they put those, they add those emulations to the Switch. Because you know those games are gonna be available if they add those forms of emulation.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, okay. So this is kind of like a double-sided thing, right?
Yeah.
NSO is not worth the $20. I don't care how cheap it is. It's really not worth it unless you're playing first-party games that are multiplayer constantly.
So yeah, if you're playing multiplayer games constantly,
It's worth the money. But if you're not,
$20 a year, yeah, I say that.
right? But if you're not, save the $20. So if you're gonna include that in NSO, where somebody doesn't really see the value even for $20, you know, you just lost out on a purchase. You know. Again, this is why I say that it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
It sounds like the bigger argument you're making is that all the titles that are on the NSO should just be, you should be able to buy them separately from.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yes, 100%. You should be able to buy them 100%. You know, I understand why, you know, they did the whole streaming thing. It's their version of what is it, Virtual Console? But it hasn't really worked out. You know, if you look at the NES titles that are on it, right? You look at the NES titles that are on there right now. How many times have you gone back to play any of those?
Not much.
Not a lot. Even with the Super NES titles, right? There are some good games on there, but how often do you go back, you know, on there to play it? Not a lot. There's not even like a whole lot of games on there that makes you want to go back to play it. It's not like the NES collection. I get
everything I need to play on here.
Right. So exactly my point, Mikkel. Right. If you have that, you don't need NSO.
Yeah.
Right. So if they had put all of those games on there plus more, then it would be a little bit more enticing. And if they decide to put, you know, Game Boy Color games or Game Boy Advance games on there, things that are going to entice people to want to subscribe to your service constantly,
they definitely need to up their game in that regard.
They have to redo it or, you know, step it up. But at this point, I really don't care to miss out on it. I mean, I have NSO because, you know, I play with you guys, you know, but other than that, the average Joes, you know, they can be like, oh, all right, couple games here, whatever. If I have the NES, the NES Classic or, you know, Super NES Classic, whatever. A lot of people, they still got emulators. A lot of people still hack the classics and put all of the games that they want on there. So, you know, it would have been a better idea if they had sold all of those games. At a reasonable price, of course.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take what everyone else has been, because y'all been saying a lot since we started talking about this. Mario said, I find it funny to see people complain Super Mario 3D All-Stars being $60. In some people's minds, said old games should not be $60. In my opinion, do think them limiting them is really, really weird. I feel you on that. I can understand how you feel about that. Eric said, I'm getting it anyway, so it's not my problem. I already have the games, but Switch is the best console ever. I don't care about PS5 or Series X. He said $60 is still $20 a game. Exactly, Eric. To what Eric said, and I'm just gonna have to say this. The Series X and the PS5, there's really no incentive in buying them at launch for holiday.
Or you.
What games are there, like, really, to buy?
The game off the top of my head that I would want to play at launch if I had the money is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That's
just about it for me.
That's
it.
That's the only one that I have off the top of my head that I can remember, but that like, you don't need a bunch of games for something to be worth it.
See, Chipz,
that's what I'm saying.
Chipz, I'm gonna bring us back to a conversation we had a very long time ago. Because you were saying you cannot justify buying a Switch for only one game. Back then, you was like, it's only one game.
Mm-hmm.
You realize you're kind of doing the same thing with PS5 right now, right?
Well, just like NX, I could only name one off the top of my head. I'd have to look up what else is coming out. Because I don't like I haven't really kept up with it that much.
Most of
the only other game that I could think of besides Spider-Man is Demon Souls, which that game itself is amazing. So if you get a PS5 and like this is just for me, right? Because I have people to play Demon Souls with, especially on day one. that's a multiplayer game right off the bat that I could jump into, right? And if I don't want to play Demon Souls at any given time, I can go back and play Spider-Man. So for me, my time is always going to be occupied with at least 2 games. And I think, and of course, you know, besides those 2 games, I think there's also going to be some third-party games that are going to drop, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't decided as of yet if I want to get Assassin's Creed on PC or on the PlayStation 5. Part of me wants to get it on PS5 just to kind of like, you know, do as much trophy hunting as I possibly can, but part of me wants to get it on the PC because I'm going to get that new 3080.
Man, I don't want to hear about that card. NVIDIA did it.
Yeah. I mean, well,
listen,
I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit, but I'm gonna have 4K monitors by that time, right? I have one coming this week, so I'm already like halfway there. Now, to your point, Mikhail, why I understand why you wouldn't want to get the 380, but
I want to get it.
Oh, you want to get? Okay.
I'm just mad at them how they did it because like the 20 series ain't even that old.
Yeah, it's not. And it completely like overshadows it and throws it out of everybody's perception of even getting it now because it's the 3080, right? That's what 700.
Yeah.
And they have a 3070 that's gonna be 500. I'm coming from a 1070 Ti. Any one of those cards is an upgrade for me, so I'm going after the $500 joint.
I'm gonna say this. You guys know I'm saving for that 3090, right?
You wildin'. You are wildin'. That joint is like 1500.
Yeah, I'm saving up for it.
You bugging out, bro. What card do you have now?
1080 Ti.
Bro, just get the 3080. For you, that's all you're gonna need, man. The amount of power.
Chips just doesn't want to be overshadowed.
No, not at all. Hey, look, if you got the bread, go ahead and get it.
Listen,
the amount of power that thing is gonna take.
Hey, that's.
Ooh.
I'm trying to future proof. Like this is.
Bro, even if you get a 3070, you're still gonna future proof because the 3070 automatically tops the 2080.
It does, but the 3070 will be obsolete in 2 years. I promise you that. What happened? What happened to the 20 series? What happened to the 20 series? How long ago did that come out?
A year and a half ago.
I know how technology works. In 2 years, that 3070 is gonna be obsolete. That 3080 is gonna last a little bit longer, but that 3090 is gonna last for a good bit.
I mean, technically, you don't need to upgrade to the 30 series cards. You fine the way you are right now.
Yeah, technically,
I'm fine the way I am right now.
Technically, I am, but it's like I'm also looking ahead where, if not just for gaming, but just for a processing standpoint, I'm looking at how much. I'm looking at this from a content creator standpoint. I'm looking at how much rendering time that 3090 is going to increase rendering.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm looking at stuff like that. If I could cut down the time it takes to render stuff, you best believe.
Dude, think about streaming, too.
Exactly. Streaming. Like, having a stronger graphics card is the way to go. And then eventually, with that 3090, I'm thinking about getting a 5K LG ultra wide.
Nice.
5K.
Because that's what it is. It's 4x2K. That's good because the ultra wide doesn't have the proper dimensions to be full out. So I'm looking to try to get both of those.
BKG had a point, right? He said, "I'm getting now that I'm going to wait and get one used from someone online." I was gonna do that with the 2080, but people online are trying to sell that for like 400, 600.
Up to $1,000.
Yeah, like for what?
Yeah.
If the brand new card is coming out and it's gonna undercut your used price, you best believe I'm going with that brand new card.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm gonna pay retail price for brand new tech for something that's used. Nah.
But
yeah, so to answer your question, yes, I will be getting the PS5 day one, and I will have games to play with it.
Well, not only that, if you got physical or digital games, like a lot of games from this generation, like Avengers, Witcher, you know, you got like at least with this generation coming up, you still have games to play,
right?
Absolutely.
You know? So that's cool that they're all doing that.
Absolutely.
But Xbox One doesn't have any incentive right now. I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
with none.
I almost went with it. I almost, you know, jumped on the bandwagon to get an Xbox Series X because, you know, I want that Halo Collector's Edition, and then they was like, nah, we're not gonna put this out right now.
But you see, this is what we got. This is what we got to talk about now.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this. Xbox is proving right now. Microsoft is proving right now. Backwards compatibility is nothing but a buzzword, and no one really cares about it.
Yep.
Xbox is proving that because right now with that smart delivery, you have not only backwards compatibility, but you get upgraded resolution and frames per second playing these games, and people are still not flopping to go ahead and buy this thing off the shelves or expressing that at least.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why backwards compatibility is just a buzzword now.
It's a space saver.
Exactly, that too. But at the same time, the problem with these new systems doing backwards compatibility is that they're not fully backwards compatible, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna say, you know, there's hundreds of games or thousands of games, but then what if you got a few games, you know, in your collection that's not on that list? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And besides that, like, if you have a physical collection anyway, what are the chances that you're really gonna sell your system that's guaranteed to have that, you know, that full backwards compatibility for a newer model? You're not. Like, even though I didn't buy an Xbox for like the past 2 generations, I almost went out and got me a 360 just so that way I can play the 360 games and the original Xbox games. Because at that point, that was guaranteed full backwards compatibility. I don't have a fatback PS3 anymore because, you know, mine died. But that was also full backwards compatibility, 100%. PS2 games, PS1 games, doesn't even matter. I might try to get one now and, you know, just not have it online because, you know, an update is basically going to kill it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's if I don't feel like getting a PS2 or, you know, a PS1. But me, you know, being a collector, of course, I'm not, you know, everybody's not in the same boat as me. I'm going to end up getting those old systems anyway, just to collect it and have it and play it whenever, you know. Because I have a PS3 right now. It's not the slim, but it's like the newer updated one from the fatback. And I don't even think I could play PS2 games on that. Like, so, you know, it's if people were really diehard about backwards compatibility, they just start copping old systems for cheap. It's online. You could get a PS2, what, like $60 at a convention with some games? We saw that, right? At Too Many Games.
We did.
It's not expensive at all. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, everybody that's complaining about it, they was coming at me on Twitter for this exact reason, right? And you saw it.
Yep.
We said the same thing. What are the chances you really gonna go back and play those games?
It's just for convenience. It's just for convenience they do this.
Right. It's slim. Nobody's gonna buy a particular system just for backwards compatibility. That is not your only reason. I forgot who said that, and they seemed kind of like fishy on that one because they was like they got an Xbox One to play GTA 4. So, and then they were also a Sony user. GTA 4 was also on a PS3. So why would you buy an old Xbox just to play GTA 4? Don't you have a PS3 that you can I'm saying you can play GTA 4 on.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. Like, and shout out to Broken Games, right? I think he might have been basically putting his chart up. I forgot who it came from, but I think it might have been Microsoft or somebody. They put a chart up about how they do their systems or whatever, and the amount of people basically is based on user data, right? They track how many games or basically the activity that people have on their consoles. Backwards compatibility was a fraction of the pie chart. It was a sliver. And the biggest part of that chart was current gen games. So everybody that's so vocal about backwards compatibility and they're gonna boycott Sony or Xbox or whomever because it's not gonna be there, you are lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself.
It's a nice value add, but not a prerequisite. I'll tell you what. Hearing you talk about like the data that they keep on us as players, I'm really interested in how that's going to factor into the decision making for the PS5 pre-order process. Because that whole thing, I don't know if it's revolutionary, but it's interesting that they are like, oh, you might get selected to pre-order the PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah.
And with all the data they have, if I'm Sony and I'm trying to decide which players should be offered one, I'm going to send it. I'm going to give that opportunity to the people who are PlayStation super fans. They've played X number of games. They've acquired X number of trophies. And if it's tied into your social media accounts, they can probably snoop on that too. Be like, oh, this person has X number of followers on Twitter. I mean, they could probably see your entire social footprint, and basically make a very data-driven decision about who should get the opportunity and who's going to talk the most or get them the most word of mouth out of the gate.
Yeah, that I don't agree with.
You mean you don't think they'll do that at all, or you don't?
No. I don't. I personally would not approve of them doing that. Like, I'm not a fan of that method. If they decide to do that, I'm not a fan of it. Make as many systems as you can. Get it out to the public. You know, if it comes to the point where you don't have enough inventory, at least you're building up a high demand for when you do re-up on systems to put out there. It'll be the same thing that happened, I think, with the PS4, I think, when it first launched, and then definitely what happened with the Switch. When there was a drought of Switches, and it built up such a high demand that when they finally was able to produce more and get it out to the public, it was just like this, it was off the shelves again. So picking and choosing who gets to get a PS5, nah, I'm not with it.
I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint. It's smart.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, if they want to give themselves the best odds of success, why wouldn't you want to get the system into the hands of your biggest champions?
Yeah.
Fair point.
That being said, I hope I get one. I don't know if I will. I don't know if my magical PlayStation fan number is high enough on however they're rating that. But I mean, I have to imagine it's being done. I mean, if I'm Sony, I'm not just going to be like, okay, we're just going to give them out randomly. No, why not give yourself a competitive advantage in the marketplace? Information is power. Word of mouth does wonders for brands more than any conventional advertising ever will. So that's exactly how I'd play it. So I think it's fascinating. Maybe a little anti-consumer and not at least a little bit Black Mirror-esque, which freaks me out. But I think it's interesting.
Oh yeah, nah.
Got it. We're gonna go through some more of these comments, and then we're gonna get into Spike Q&A. Going bouncing out of here, you all. Twofold said Amazon is always late. Eric said, "Yeah, Amazon doesn't pay taxes," but I digress. Woo! Did not do that.
That's true.
Yikes!
That reminds me of that. There was that one John Oliver episode where they were talking about like corporate tax evasion and how Tim Cook was up in front of like some Senate committee hearing and. He was like, we pay every dime of taxes we're supposed to, but he was like, we're not stashing, our profits in some, Swiss bank account or in the Caribbean or something. And he was technically right, but they were stashing it in Ireland, which was also evasive. He just worded it in a very tricky way. I was like, very slick, Tim Cook. Well played.
Dark Voice said, yes, a full remake of Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. That would be nice. Or a remake of Oracle of Ages and Seasons. That would be nice as well.
That'd be cool.
The thing with Zelda is what they're going to do with the mainline handheld games. Eric said, I have Chrono on DS, but I got Mario RPG complete in box, so it's a you problem. Mario RPG and Chrono need to be unvaulted. Treasure Tracker is amazing. Monado said, I only agree with you with the soundtrack and gameplay part. It's probably all Xenoblade X. Definitely a hot take, but Xenoblade Chronicles X soundtrack smokes Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Monado, I actually agree with you to an extent. The overworlds. I like the overworlds. All the overworlds musics, like Cauldros, like all of those songs are amazing. What I don't like is like more of like some of the soundtrack songs from a mixing standpoint, soundtrack wise, that I never liked is I don't like the fact that they didn't do a good mixing quality with the songs. Like they didn't balance out the level, like the volume levels. So they will have a vocal track playing over dialogue for the story. And I'm really hoping that they really look into that and fix that for the Switch version, because they have to do a lot with the Switch version. So I feel like that's an easy task to properly balance the song choices, or even change it to a full instrumental track where you're doing like video, like editing and stuff like that. You could just swap out the track. So that part, that was very annoying at different times because it was hard to. And not only that, the song choices themselves, they didn't match the mood to the story. So that was one of my main issues with Xenoblade Chronicles X. And I'm saying this as someone who actually likes that game a lot. So I gotta be honest. Eric said, Chips, I double dipped on Treasure Tracker. Monado said, Undertale, I want to get the physical collector's edition, so yeah. Eric said Final Fantasy Tactics is the best game. I've heard a lot of people say that, so I can't say
Tactics is really good.
Besides just support Xenoblade Chronicles X, do you think Xenoblade Chronicles X will get similar treatment to like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, like fixing its UI quality? We just talked about this. Yes, I hope they do. I hope they do. Eric said Mario Kart 9 is the home edition. Looks like a next generation killer. It does, actually. Welcome back, Ethan. KG said Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a lackluster package. Good games, but the overall package and lack of effort put into the ports is a bit annoying. I can definitely agree with that, KG. It's all good. Eric said I pay PS60 for PSO, and I don't play online. I'm a sucker. Eric, man, life gets ahead of us sometimes. It's all good, bro. Tooth said Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank has its release window for the PS5, so that could be end of this year or that could be early 2021. KG said Chips is a flip-flop as always. Eric said, I do like Ratchet and Clank, but it's time to get a PS5. It's going to be a $10 game. I still have a Plasma 1080. I'm better off getting a PC. Bro, save up your money, bro. They always gonna keep coming out with new hardware and new technology. Ethan said, KG said, I'm getting neither. Oh yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you said that.
Ethan said, I got no graphics card and can't even get one PC. My power source only let out 230 watts. All right, guys, I'm about to head out. Good night, Ethan. Well, he probably left by now. Sorry about that, Ethan. And we're getting down to the end. KG said, Xbox is essentially better, is the better box, but at the end of the day, it's more about where do your friends play and who has the better games. Facts.
Yeah, look what happened with this past generation.
Exactly. Big facts on that. Like this past generation, they had the strongest box again, and so, but I feel like they're gonna like Xbox is gonna really step it up on third parties.
They have to.
They need to step it up on first parties. Don't worry about third parties.
Yeah,
they do. They
need to step it up on first parties because they're getting killed.
What I meant by that is for the companies that they bought, those are gonna be their first party games. That's what I meant by third parties. for the studios. For the studios, that brought out.
They're now first party studios. But sometimes I think in business, if you can buy companies so that way your competition doesn't, and you just sit it on the shelf, it works out better for you. You know what I mean? They do it in Hollywood all the time. They'll buy scripts and sit it. They'll never do production. Why? Because they don't want another movie studio, producing it and putting it out there that could, basically be bangbusters and
Xbox,
and outsell them.
Xbox is not on that place to do that.
They're dealing with Microsoft money. They can.
No, but they dealing with Microsoft money, but Microsoft can always close down that division if they're not making enough money.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you can buy the studios and close it down, but you still own everything from that studio. You own all the rights, all the IPs, everything. Yeah. So if you own it, again, you can sit it on a shelf and literally do nothing with it, and nobody else can do it because you own it. That's the thing. And if anybody wants to make a game with that IP, they gotta pay you to do it. That's the business move.
I feel you. I can see that. I just feel as though they're in a better position to actually try to get their stuff out now. Because before, it was like, if they just sit it up on the shelves, then they're going to get criticized. Now that they announce these studios, it'll be different if this wasn't like a live announcement. They made a big thing about this at E3.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So now you got to show and prove.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see what they're gonna do. It's like, let's give it a year. We give all consoles a year. Let's give it a full 12 months and see what happens. Eric said PS5 should do things that you need to do for PlayStation Online. So you need to patch it. So you need a patch for backwards. Switch will still outsell Microsoft and Sony. I see that actually happening. Monado said, yeah, the volume was a problem. I think they'll fix that since they did it with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition 2. I hope they have the option of turning off the vocals. That would be nice. Angel Page said, welcome Angel Page. Said Xbox actually stepped out first party and new IPs, arguably more than PlayStation did. It'll take time for their new studios to bear fruit. They did. When they showed more stuff. They showed more impressive stuff that would lead me to buy them. Well, not buy them, but buy their console. But financially, I'm not in a position to do that right now. And I'm not going to save up for that. Like right now, you guys see I'm saving up for a new graphics card, saving up for a new camera lens, saving up for a new monitor. Like I may get a stronger quality monitor to go with that graphics card. And I'm thinking about a quad ultra wide. Either a quad ultra wide or 5K 2K. It was looking more like quad, because quad is cheaper and it has better reviews. And Tony said the Switch is still the leader in the United States and Japan. It is. And we'll see what happens with that. Tony also said, do you think Nintendo will be doing a Metroid 35th anniversary next year? No.
They need to release Metroid, what was it, 4?
Yeah.
Metroid,
They need to release the Metroid Prime Collector's Edition. They need to release Other M. They need to stop relying on Mario and Zelda to save them and bail them out all the time, and actually put more investment and more stock into their other IPs. It's a shame on how they did ARMS dirty. Like really, ARMS had the potential of being a great first party fighting game for them. And literally, just from a fighting game standpoint, ARMS was highly creative. It was highly versatile in the controls you could use to play the game, and the game
balance really good.
It lost balance with the Springtron. Adding Springtron, they didn't balance Springtron properly for how easy, because they gave him effects that's really only usable for like when items are on. So it's like Nintendo had a perfect thing. It's like, you know what? Let's just mess up a little bit, just to add up our own little flavor to it. Other than that, that's really all I got to say about that. Does anyone have any questions for us? If not, we're gonna get on. Actually, It's going on 2 hours actually. If anyone has no questions, we're gonna bounce out of here because it is getting late, and I don't want to hold up the time for these gentlemen and everything because it is getting over here to the next day over here on the East Coast. Dark Void said, as of right now, I'm not getting any next-gen console, and the reason is because there is no reason to buy one at the moment, and 2, I'm getting the RTX 380 graphics card, the true next-gen console. I feel you, brother.
My man.
I feel you. Deadlock 7 said, what's good? At this point, Microsoft and Sony would be better off delaying the consoles. Games are not ready, and the public are not in the best way money-wise. Honestly,
yeah.
Deadlock 7 posed the best point. In the climate that we're in, there are still millions of people who are still unemployed right now. And I feel as though it's like it'll make putting out your consoles, it'll be different if they had games ready. But because you don't even have all your games ready, Miles Morales doesn't have a release date, which means that could possibly even get delayed because it says holiday 2020 for now. I feel as though I don't think it's a good move. But we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. It's been a long day for all of us. Start with Chipz-N-Stix, man. Where can they find you, bro?
So you can find me at youtube.com /Chipz-N-Stix. CHIPZS. Wait, bruh, it's late.
Bruh.
CHIPZNSTIX.
Bruh, I got you.
Yeah, I've been up for mad long.
So have I. I've been up since 9 o'clock this morning. I feel you.
Yeah, nah, I need sleep. So yeah, you can find me there. My name is the same across all social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm more active on Instagram and Twitter, so you can always follow me there and holla at me. Also, I dropped my review for Avengers.
That's in the description too, by the way, for people who watch the replay.
Yes, awesome. Appreciate you all for it. That game is amazing. Watch the video and you'll see why you need to get it. And that's basically it. Like, subscribe, and join the Squirtle Squad. Hang out with me and my man Squirtle right here.
You streaming Sunday?
Not sure because I'm working Sunday, so see how I feel after that. If I am, I'll put it up.
All right, cool. Mikkel, where can they find you, brother?
You guys can find me. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, as well as on YouTube and Twitch. All the same usernames, Mikkel Casanova. Primarily, you can catch me on YouTube for podcasts, game reviews, tech reviews, and stuff like that. And for streams, you can catch me over on Twitch. Primarily streaming Final Fantasy 14. That's my new addiction. Love that game. Actually ties into Final Fantasy Tactics and 12 and Vagrant Story. It's in the same world, which is crazy. It actually ties into 3, 7, 8, 10. It's deep. I ain't gonna spoil it. But it's canon too. That's the other part that's crazy. It's canon. But yeah, you can catch me. I primarily stream Final Fantasy 14, and then I do other games too, like doing Avengers right now, which, like Chip said, you need to get it. It's dope. It's fire. Don't listen to nobody hating on it heavily because the gameplay is trash and their reviews anyway. Other than that, yeah, that's just about it.
All right, cool. Next up, we have Your Player 2. Where can I find you?
Yep, you can find me at youtube.com/YourPlayer2. One of the recent videos that I put up, I'm going to drop in the chat, was an unboxing of the Earth's Mightiest Edition for Avengers. I think that went out yesterday. And then you can find me on Twitter at @It'sYourPlayer2. So if you want to talk video games or YouTube stuff, that's the best place to find me. Usually the content on my channel drops on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And generally I have a division of, kind of a work hard, play hard thing going on. So usually I put like tips and practical advice for YouTubers on Tuesdays, and then video game stuff, just, fun videos on Thursdays.
Alrighty, and last but not least, we have NX Revolution. Where can they find you, bro?
You can find me on Twitter at NX_Revolution. I share my opinions and thoughts there. Go give it a follow.
Alrighty, And lastly, we have myself, Avadon Smith. We have changed the channel a lot. I will still be doing gaming content, but not in the same way that I have been. I'll be doing gaming remixes soon. Right now, it's just I'm on a 30-day beat challenge where I'm doing 10-minute beat challenges where you'll see me create a beat from start of 10 minutes, and whenever I'm at when 10 minutes stops, that's when I gotta stop. So today, day 5, kind of dropped the ball a little bit, but yesterday and a few days before, we kind of got some, good music playing and everything. So make sure you go ahead and check out that 30-day challenge, and it's going to be really for 30 days. So tomorrow at 3 p.m., Sunday 3 p.m., up until 30 days, 3 p.m. every single day, up until I believe it's the 29th, September 29th. That's going to be happening. So I would hope to see you all there in the comment section, and then you will also see more things coming up on the channel as well. Going to have some things as surprises and everything, but just stay tuned. And with that said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most of all, you make sure you right there, you make sure you share this with a friend. This is Avadon, Chipz-N-Stix, Mikhail Casanova, Yo Player 2, NX Revolution, and we are out.